Emily Dickinson is a famous U.S. poet whose poems are still read and enjoyed by people today. Known for being a recluse, Dickinson had much time on her hands to write her works. Emily Elizabeth Dickinson was born on December 10, 1830 in Amherst, Massachusetts. Her parents were Emily Norcross Dickinson and Edward Dickinson, and she was the middle child out of 3. Growing up, Dickinson went to a school called Amherst Academy and was a very bright student. Once she was old enough, she attended Mount Holyoke Seminary. It was here that Dickinson began to show her true distrust in conventional religion, something that was definitely out of the norm at the time. Every morning, the students would be asked to separate into 2 groups, saved and unsaved. Dickinson always went over to the unsaved side, insisting that she would not go to heaven. After only a year at Mount Holyoke, Dickinson decided to leave school. Once she left school, she simply stayed up in her room, most of the time writing poetry. She very rarely came out, and when she did, it surprised a lot of the town. Even though Dickinson didn't leave her house very much, she still had friends and family. Probably her closest friend was her sister-in-law, Susan, whom she wrote to very much. She addressed many of her poems to her. Some even say that she may have liked her more than just a friend, perhaps a lover? She would send poems to those she knew well, sending small poetry books called fascicles to her close friends. Her family did not know about these fascicles until after her death. Dickinson died of kidney disease in her hometown of Amherst, Mass. On May 15, 1886, at the age of 55. Very little of Dickinson's poetry was published at the time of her death. In fact, her first volume of poetry wasn't released until 1890. A full collection of her poems was released in 1955. Finally, a chance for everyone to have access to her poems. Though Dickinson was a recluse, she accomplished a lot in her life. She wrote nearly 1,800 poems that are still enjoyed by readers today. She was truly an amazing poet.